All right, let me tell you a little story about Beyond EDC. About 2 weeks ago, well, it depends on when I post this video, right? But about 2 weeks ago, I got a promotional email, and I get promotional emails from Smoky Mountain and Knife Ship Free and Blade HQ and everybody, okay? And you do too if you're signed up with an account with them and all that. So I got a video from Smoky Mountain, and it showed this, the 1901 Arch from Beyond EDC. And I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. It's blue G10 right off the bat, and it's a D2 blade, and it's $45. So I thought, whoa, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Strange. I mean, I kind of just passed over it, tried to make mental note, but my brain doesn't work. No, later that night, what was really strange, I got a message from David's son. Now, David's son, if you remember, oh God, 2017, 2018, whatever, maybe 2016, he was with Kaiser. So I got to know David as the USA rep for Kaiser. He's with Beyond EDC now, but he sent me a message and said, can we talk? So we got on the phone and we chatted. He's with Beyond EDC. They're developing. They wanted some representation in the States and everything. So he's working with them. Probably going to also help get collaborative designers to do stuff with them, just develop the brand. But he's got them planted with Smoky Mountain, with White Mountain knives. If you want to look online with them, and you get a 10% discount by using LTK as a discount code. So $45 gets you $41. $41, there's no tax or shipping, so it's $41. I mean, that's it to your door. And then I think the next thing you ask is, then how do they compare with other G10 models? And we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but I just kind of wanted to make you aware of the brand, that it exists, and that it has USA representation, and that they're being sold by USA retailers. So if you get a knife that you don't like or whatever and you want to return it, at least you can do that, right? You can return it to Smoky Mountain or White Mountain or any mountain you want, closest mountain to your house. But yes, so that's important as well. These are interesting. This, to me, looks a little bit like in the Jungle Knives brand in the DEF CON series, that they had some knives that looked a little bit like this because they were titanium and they were D2 blades, and they were relatively inexpensive at that. So these look a little familiar to me. These are different designs that I find interesting, and maybe you do too. And so, yeah, I mean, that's all up to you, how interested you are, attracted to them. I just really thought the Sunder just jumped out at me. It's got a fuller, it's got a big old choil area here so you can really choke up. It's got a cleaver style blade. That's attractive to me. It's got nice contoured G10 on here. As I say, deep carry pocket clip right and left hand, and they went left hand. So they haven't left you out. You left hand guys, they haven't left you out. But so these are interesting, and they have back spacers that are the same color, etc., etc. They seem, like pretty smooth. I mean, they're not just roughed out. There's no, nasty parts here. It seems to me that the fit and finish on these is as good as most other G10 knives out there. So I wouldn't discourage you and say, oh, well, I mean, only maybe $41, which is just a little over the $30 range, but they just don't stand up to scrutiny. No, I mean, so far they have. And so, yeah, I know there's a lot of G10 knives out there that are in the $50 range and even higher. So I think the biggest difference I found, and this is kind of a small thing, is They didn't skeletonize the liners. And we'll pick maybe this one and take it apart. But I just wanted to do kind of a general introduction. And so this one being the Harak, okay, they all come in different colors. You don't have to get blue unless I force you to. You have to get blue. But, I mean, they do have a backspacer. They do have lanyard holes that are tubed through the backspacer. They have steel liners, D2 blades. And, you know, I'm going to send a couple of these in for PMI testing just to verify the D2 so that we know that's the case. You know, if I had to lay money on it right now, I'd say, yeah, they're probably real D2. Now, this is the core. CORE titanium. I saw it listed for $119 online. So backspacer, titanium pocket clip, titanium frame lock. Obviously got holes through here and a big fuller along here. So yeah, that takes some weight off of it, and it feels pretty light. And this one being the Ficium. Let's check blade to handle length on this too. Oh, well, okay, we're all there on that one. So, yeah, we're good. Interesting. Did a little machining back here to kind of bring the design full guard there, but it's an open design. Feels pretty good in the hand. Yeah, I really like the Sunder, the Harak, and the Arch. The 3 G10 models I'm attracted to. First of all, price. They're half the price of these. And second of all, you know, this isn't contoured G10, but it's fairly grippy, pretty well done. Fit and finish seems pretty darn good for a $45 knife, and it seems as good as any of the G10 offerings that I can think of. Quick over the detent. See that? I mean, really nice little drop on it. I haven't put a wrench to any of these. It's centered. So let's just run that. Let's go to the Harak. Centered. Of course, I got these. Oh, disclosure time. Sorry. But yes, I got these from Davidson at Beyond EDC. So I don't know that he actually was physically able to pick any because he's repping for them. I'm not aware that he has inventory where he operates from, but if he did whatever. I don't believe these came from Texas, and that's where he lives, so I'm not sure he was able to hand pick these, but if he did, so be it. Just for disclosure purposes, yes, I got these from him, and they're centered up. That one, I posted these on my Instagram. Somebody really liked this one very well, and I can see why. Piercing, slicing, fairly slender. That the ergos seem pretty good there. Ergos on this one, yeah, they're pretty reasonable. You've got this kind of choil area. It's pretty neutral out here. Okay, but you can run way up on here like this. And, well, let's find out if the knife will be a knife. Okay, that's sharp. Okay, that's sharp. Running out of paper over there. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Now, let's take a little cut at this one. Okay, yeah. They're doing all right. They're sharp. What's this one? The core and the Ficium. Let's just make a big damn mess. Okay, yeah. They're all sharp. And just to let you know, I mean, you could just type in Beyond EDC. I'll give you the link to White Mountain where it's just a link to the Beyond EDC. Yeah, there's the Kojin 305. Hey, it's not in stock. I think they only made a couple of those regardless. But the rest of these look like they're in stock when I printed this out. And 45 smackers, minus 10% when you use LTK discount code. And on and on. I didn't get all the models, but you can see the Sunder also comes in brown. This is a model I don't have called the Lanyard. There's the core up there. that kind of thing. So that's 119, yet the Ficium was, I believe, 99. So take 10% off of that. And yeah, interesting. You know, they are budget line knives. They're not 250, 350 type knives. So yeah, they're users. They're above the Ganzo cost, but they're pretty much in line with anybody. CJRB, definitely Civivi, Bestech, any of those guys, even the Kaiser Vanguard series. They're at or really below most of their prices. And if there's a style or a design or that kind of thing that you're interested in, no, I wouldn't discourage you from buying them. They seem as solid as any of the others out on the market. But I have not had the D2 tested. I'm assuming that that will come out, and I bet $1 to a donut that it'll be true to form. Dave wouldn't be associated with a company who's going to do any kind of bait and switch. I think his vision for Beyond EDC is to be in that Kaiser type of bracket, which is pretty much in anybody's bracket that's making production knives these days. So that it'll be interesting to see how this goes forward. So let's start with the three G10 models and just do a quick way off on them. So the Arch, and what are we at? 4.8 at 136 grams. The Harak, well, 123 grams, much lighter, and 4.36 ounces. So far, they've all been the 4-ounce range. 4.91 on the Sunder at 139 grams. Now, bring in the Ficium, 130 grams, okay, 4.59, and the Core, yeah, 3.13 grams. Ounces, sorry, 88 grams. So let's do a little measuring. How big are they? Of course, you can go on White Mountain and look at their stats. I always double check. Every once in a while, I'll catch something that's off. That's 3.5. Down here is 3 3/4 at the beginning of that choil, and really it's almost 3 3/4 cutting edge, but 8 1/4 overall. So that's 21 centimeters. So this is going to be the exact same size as a Paramilitary 2. This is going to be just a bit heavier than the Paramilitary 2. It's going to be just a bit less expensive than, especially than this Paramilitary 2. In fact, way less money. So yeah, that's a thinker. Now we got 3 3/4, 8.5, or 8 1/4. Sorry. So let's check this one. 3 3/4, the back of the choil. Cutting edge is 3.5. But yeah, up here against the bolster, it's 3 3/4. 8.5 overall at 21.5 centimeters. Okay, next. Let's go on the Sunder. The Sunder down under 3.5, and it's got 3 1/8 cutting edge because it's got that huge choil, but 3.5, and yeah, 8 1/4 sneaking up on that on 21 centimeters. So this might be, it's about equal to the Arch. Now, let's see how fat they are. Let's see blade stock. That might be interesting. 0.15, okay. 3.8 millimeters. 13.7 millimeters, 0.54. Now that is a contoured, and so is this. And this is 0.54. And this is going to be 3.8, 3.9. So maybe they started off with 4 millimeter. Maybe I'm just a hair off. So these you might consider anywhere between 3.8 and 4 millimeter blade stock. to start with. See, I'm getting 3.8, but if I lay off it a little bit, see what I'm saying? And 14.55. So they're all a decent handful because the paramilitary 2 is at 0.46. So these are 0.54, 0.55. They're more in the hand here than others. Yeah, not skeletonized on the liners. There's your lockup. That's a good solid, what do you think, about 35%? Next. Well, that's about right there too, 35%. And maybe a little less than that on this. Hard to see. Yeah, I'd say more like 25% on that one. Yeah, still 25%. Okay, so let's try the titanium with the core and the Ficium. Now, we're at 0. 0.12 at, 3 millimeter. And 12.47. So this is definitely more slender than the G10 models. And so is this at a 0.5, 12.7. And that's 3.6 millimeter at 0.14. So yeah, this is a little heavier blade stock than this is. The Ficium. Okay, so you got the palm swell, kind of a classic style on the handle. That's very easy on the ergos. Pocket clips, nothing to write home about. Deep carry'd be nice. Don't know, it's no left-hand option here. Now, let's start with the arch. And yes, really nice drop. These are really, look at that. I mean, they're very fidget friendly. This is very quick over the detemp ball. See that? You got a little bit of this choil up here, but not really a go forward position. So, but ergos, they're relatively decent. Not as friendly to me as I would like. You see where my middle finger's hitting right there. So, if I guess if I went on it like that, but this is kind of where I naturally go. So I'm kind of, yeah, that's not as good ergos wise of the 3 of these G10 ones. Reverse grip is actually more comfortable because I can put both these fingers in that big front choil. So yeah, this is definitely better. But the action's fun, and the blade shape looks really sensible. And of course, they're stone washy, so it's a good working finish. Let's check out the Harak. And let me see. Yeah, this is more friendly to me because this choil area is not as big. See how big that one is? I don't need it that big. So this choil area is smaller, so I can get that first finger in there, but the rest of the fingers can sit on the downhill side here. So, and there's plenty of room, and there is a true go forward area for finer work, so that's not a problem. Stone washy blade, good at piercing, slicing. So yeah, and contoured G10. Not too shabby. Maybe could have used, as you saw me slip over there, some jimping on the flipper tabs, and I didn't see any on any of these. So there's another little thing that maybe you'd want to take into consideration. Okay, they're easy to disengage. Okay, so that liner's easy to disengage right here. Good pass through, easy, just like a lot of G10 knives, but really no problem. It's quick over the detemp ball, just like the arch is. So not a problem there either. Quick, so good fidget factor. Right and left hand carry. Nice little lanyard hole. Now let's get the Sunder. And here they didn't do too much, but they're starting to push their luck. See on that choil area? Not too bad. So, and the rest of it's pretty neutral, but this is also contoured. This one is not. This is flat on top. See what I'm saying? But a little bit more grippy, actually, than this is. And also than the Harak in brown over there. They're both about like this. So they're smoother type of grain on them. But yeah, okay, so I can do this. See where my finger is. It's second. Yeah, we're okay. And we got them all on. Now, I get up like this. This is really comfortable here. So I like being right up here. I don't know why, but I do. But if I'm going to use this for anything, I'm probably going to go like that. I'm probably going to be back here because I don't want to interfere with the blade's cutting ability unless I'm up doing something like this. But if I'm down on something, then I want to be on this handle here. But yeah, it's not bad. I don't know about, well, it's a flipper, but actually a lot of flippers are like this. It's amazing. But this one, really, you've got the belly hitting when you got the flipper tab making contact. So that's not bad. Now let me see the drop on this. Oh, fidget friendly and quick over the detamp ball. Easy to disengage this liner. Pass-through's real accessible, easy to drop, and the flipper tab hits you in the thumb and it's already over the D10. So this is fidget friendly. All three of these are real fidget friendly, easy to drop, not a problem. Jimping, jimping, and you got a little bit up here, and that's, you know, when you're getting up here. So that makes sense that they did a little bit of this. And you may ask, okay, so this fuller, can you? Yeah, you can. You can use your middle finger and just kick it out with the fuller. Now, okay, you can snap it open. So really, these guys are probably about a 4.5 on my D10 scale. They're not real heavy with D10. Okay, yeah, I can do that. So I'd say maybe a 4 to a 4.5. Okay, that's pretty easy, but they're smooth and they flip. Can I fail them? I hope so at that. Yeah, so I can fail them, but really they're still just where I'd want the D10 for good fidget factor and easy to flip open, easy to handle one-handed, great drop. Look at the liners. They're not embedded, okay? These liners show, but to me, I prefer that. Blade to handle length, we're all there. We're all there on the Sunder. Let me see on the arch, or the Harak, I'm sorry. The Harak, and yes, we're all there. Arch. Yeah, we're good. Woo, yeah, we're really good. Well, I don't know where to start on this, but I'm going to try and, oh, okay. I guess that's where to start, right there. Number 6s. Okay, that'd be a recommendation too, right? When you start doing these, you go, yeah, I mean, number 8s would be nice. Now, I know these are only 40 bucks, you know, basically out the door. So, okay, maybe that's something you should demand of a $55. But, I mean, it'd be nice. Number 8s, and I don't know that it really costs anymore. So, and there we go. We fell off. Well, of course, we have the little plate that screws in holes to that liner, and there's some kind of lubrication there. And you got your stop. The liners are nice. They're shiny. There's no sharp edges. Get these 2 screws out of the way. And let's take a look at the bearings. They're not ceramic, and they don't need to be. I really don't care about that. Well, there's lube in there. Yeah, they definitely put it all in, didn't they? Maybe not the lube of my choice either. And let's see what we look like on our pivot. Well, it's not a D-shaped pivot, but for some reason, it didn't turn. That screw came loose real easy. Let's pull that off. Okay, I can just push this back through. Okay. But look at the pivot. It's a one piece here, so it's not like a tube and 2 screws. It's just that one piece plus the screw, which I like that way regardless. So this all came back through the back like that, and the front screw actually was the one that that was the screw part. So, I mean, you know, pretty simple stuff, nothing complicated about this knife. But, you know, it seems fairly clean. I didn't see a lot of junk in there. I mean, there was some lube in there that I wasn't, it was a little thicker, a little heavier than I care for, but seemed like the action was good regardless. But, you know, putting it back together shouldn't be difficult, and we came from the backside with the standard pivot here, so I guess we can put it back together that way and throw some bearings, and I'm going to put a lighter lubrication like the KPL on here, knife pivot lube. Kick this on, and then my other set of bearings with a couple of drops, and then I guess I can just pop this on. So it's not difficult. Of course, my stop was still sticking in that liner, so not like I had to add that. I'm there, and put the pivot down. Okay, got that snugged up, and then I've got these two little screws, and set them right in here. Little screws. There you go. Number 6s. And that's snugged down. You know, didn't have any real tomfoolery there. It's kind of strange. Sometimes on G10 knives, like you'll turn both sides here, and you'll have to, you know, put a number 6 in there to hold it to break these away, or, you know, things like that. But this actually popped apart real easy. It didn't have any issues with the hardware. So, and, you know, and of course, I don't get brutal on the hardware. There's no point in it. Just it needs to get tightened to a certain amount, but not overly much. And there it is. It's dropping, and it looks centered. Let's see if we got any blade play. None or 0. Okay, so I had the touch. I got her snugged down just right, and wow, that is just, I mean, it just drops. It may be a little guillotine-ish for some of you guys, but wow, that's just quick over the detent. Pretty nice. Well, that was easy. We've got all the knives, the Harak and the Arch and the Sunder. And just for your information, of course, the Sunder is the 1903. The Harak is the 1902. This is the 1901. It's the Arch. This is the Ficium. It's 1904. So we got the 01, 02, 03, and 04. And then the core is the 07, 1907. I'll leave you to it. Thank you so much. Just check them out. See what you think. I'll put your comments in the comment section. It's never stopped you so far. So, beyond EDC, thank you so much. We love those knives. So you guys stay sharp.